Hello and welcome back everyone. So in this video we will look at another front-end JavaScript interview problem. So in this problem it states that we need to create a request response interceptor of our fetch request. So whatever fetch request that we make inside our browser, we will need to intercept its request as well as its response and do some operation on that stuff. Like suppose I am making a fetch request on this URL, but let's say I want to like fetch the first to do item on this request, not the entire to dos. I just need to fetch the first to do item. So what I would need to do is I would need to intercept its request, append the additional parameter that I would want here, and then what I also want to achieve here is the response that I get is a JSON data. I would need to pass it in the JSON and then console log that as well. So whatever the response I get, I would need to pass it into JSON and then console log that response. So I would need a response intercept as well that will intercept the response of this, and then I can convert that into JSON. I can pass it into JSON, and then that resultant JSON data will be console logged here. So we need a request interceptor, we need a response interceptor here. So we'll try to code this up. So since we are modifying our fetch function itself, fetch method itself, I will just update my fetch API on window object here. So let's try to code this up. I'll just remove this. So now window.fetch should return a result, and it takes some arguments, right? So what I'll do is I'll change my arguments to request interceptor arguments. So what this will do, request interceptor will take arguments. It will update the arguments as we see fit, and this will return me the updated arguments. Now what I will do is I will call my fetch, original fetch. So what I've done is I've assigned window.fetch, the original implementation of window.fetch to a random function here, and I'm calling the fetch function, which will fetch the response from this API, and I'll pass in the updated arguments here. Now what I will do is I need a response interceptor, so I'll call in response interceptor with my initial response. So this will take an initial response, do some operation, and give me the updated response, and at the end I'll just return the updated response. Now let's try to write the body for request interceptor. So what I'll do is, since I need to just find the first to do item, I'll just add this to my r's first argument, r's first item in the list. Since r's is an array of items, as we can see here, I'll just append this one to my first index here and return r's. Now in the response interceptor, all I need to do is I just need to pass the data into JSON. So I'll just pass the data into JSON and then return that. Now I'll save this and run this if it works. And I can see it does. So this was a pretty small code wherein we implemented request response interceptor that intercepts the request as well and the response too. So this was all for today. I'll see you in next one. Bye bye.